Hello again, Dominic Trophy, and welcome to another video. And this one's going to be something Doctor Who related. And the reason why I'm going to be doing something Doctor Who related is because of the fact I was actually asked this by fan request, by a subscriber on my channel called Channel. And he basically asked me about doing a sort of, Doctor Who related video. And he asked me and says, would you do a sort of Doctor Who for Dummies video? Basically meaning that would I do a video about Doctor Who, about what Doctor Who is. And I thought, do you know what? I think this will be an interesting video. Now I know not everyone likes Doctor Who on my channel, who are subscribed to me. So, but there are lots of people who are, and they're just interested about what this Doctor Who thing is. So I just want to say, hope you all enjoyed this video, especially those that like Doctor Who. I have actually got some interesting videos to do next week, some more video game old tech reviews, and these will actually be about PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. And a subscriber on my channel, who's actually a YouTuber, Agent Aiden 001, actually asked about, would you do these sort of videos about the PS3 and the 360? And I said, yeah, we'll do actually. So Agent Aiden 007, if you're out there, just to let you know, I'll be doing those videos next week. So I just want to say, hope you look forward to them. Another thing, hope you enjoyed the video yesterday, my Alex Francis sketch. I know it was a little bit different, but about the whole Sainsbury's, supermarket fanboy. But I just want to say, hope you enjoyed the video, if you watched it and stuff. If you didn't watch it, the video is obviously on my channel, you can just watch it and stuff. And one thing that kind of concerned me is, obviously, I don't know if a lot of people got the video, because it took about like 10 hours for it to actually get a view on my video. Now I know everyone who is subscribed lives in different regions, the whole time zone thing. But one thing that kind of concerns me is if people actually got the video. So if you did not get the video and you were a fan of my channel, you like my content, just to let you know that it would be a lot easier if you clicked the notification bell on the page next to the subscribe button, so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video. So if I'm, for example, a subscriber to this channel and I upload a video and I thought, oh, Dominic Trophy's just uploaded video, I'll click on it and then you see it. So if you like my content, just be aware and just make sure you click the bell so you are notified. So anyway, this is going to be something Doctor Who related. And it's basically going to be about what Doctor Who is. Now, Doctor Who, the programme overall, is a British science fiction programme made by the BBC, which first started in November 23rd, 1963. And over these 54 years, it's always had a bit of an interesting life overall. Because one thing, it was actually cancelled in 1989, and it was fully revived in 2005. And it's definitely been an interesting era for Doctor Who overall. Now, with the Doctor, overall, is that the Doctor has been played by 13, or also, next month, 14 actors in the role. And these are William Hartnell, Patrick Charlton, John Pertwee, Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann, John Hurt, Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, and the upcoming Jodie Whittaker. And overall, it's been a very interesting thing with Doctor Who. Now, the Doctor overall is a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. And the thing that makes his species a lot more interesting is, even though they look human, they can actually transform into any sort of species out there. And they have a form called regeneration. Now, basically what regeneration is basically when a Time Lord or Time Lady is injured, they will start heal him or herself, and this sort of glow will start coming out. Basically what that is that the Time Lord is about to regenerate and he will heal that person. But they actually come out of a different feature. So if for example, if that were me and I regenerated someone else, obviously even though I may be still Dominic Trophy, I don't look like Dominic Trophy, if you know what I mean though. So you can change. So Time Lords can change into any form that they are, whether human or non-human, male, female, gender, whatever. They can change the gender, and that's just the way it goes. And a Time Lord can actually regenerate 12 times, and they actually have 13 lives. But if a Time Lord starts to regenerate on their 13th life, it will instantly kill them. Calling that, if you want to say suicide, is that a Time Lord will start regenerating on their 13th life, but it will instantly kill them. And basically make them dead. And that's just the way it goes. The Time Machine, the TARDIS, stands for Time and Relative Dimension in Space. And basically the TARDIS, obviously, the Doctor and his companions, friends, whoever, can travel to any part in the universe. Past, present, future, different planets, all that sort of stuff. And the reason why it looks like a police box from the 1950s is because of the fact that the chameleon circuit currently is broken. But when the chameleon circuit is properly, fixed, it can actually change into anything if you want. So when during the Sixth Doctor's era, he had the TARDIS change into a piano, literally, or was it an organ, yeah. So it can change into anything that you want. You know what I mean? But the reason why it's just the police box, obviously the Doctor likes it like that way, and obviously it's not changed. And I quite like the police box. It's definitely an interesting look for the TARDIS. And the TARDIS is different models overall, so it's not just one. It's just got different models all across the board on Gallifrey. And with the Doctor, obviously, he has different companions: male, female, non-human, robot, whatever, alien as well. And he just has fun and does all the stuff that he does. And we've seen that all across the years of Doctor Who, on both screen and off screen. And during the classic era of Doctor Who, from 1963 to 89, the Doctor had many companions overall in those 26 years, and as well as throughout his 7 incarnations. And he just did all sorts. He met nice people, all sorts. He just met people from all across the universe and stuff. And one thing he always said was, never change time. Never change 1 minute of it. Whether or not you do something bad and you go back in time, you can't do that because obviously the time is already set. History is already set as it is, and that's just the way it goes. So if you change something, it can never ever be changed. It has to stay in that timeline. So you can actually change time, and basically that changed timeline becomes the normal timeline. So the Doctor always, warns people, never ever change time. Now, over the years, Doctor Who's definitely had its good moments and it's also had its bad moments. One thing with it was when it went from black and white to colour. Now, for the first 6 years, Doctor Who was actually in black and white. And then in 1970, it actually went into colour, which I think for a lot of people back then must have been a huge shocker. It really, really must have been a huge shocker. But a good shocker, if you know what I mean. And then ever since, we've had the whole, standard definition, colour. And then obviously in the, late noughties, early 2010s, we went into the high definition format for Doctor Who on the BBC. And then ever since that, we've just been in that and stuff. And overall, it's just an interesting, thing to say that, you know what I mean? From going from black and white to colour. Now, obviously, I can't really say that because obviously I was born in the 90s when colour was already in, you know what I mean? So I can't really say what my thoughts about black and white television was. Another thing about the whole with regeneration was it was an interesting part of Doctor Who history back in 1966, October 1966, where we actually saw the Doctor regenerate, or rejuvenate as it was known back then, into his next incarnation. And I think it must have been a big shocker for a lot of viewers who didn't know what the heck was going on. Because that was definitely a different turn to Doctor Who. Because we'd never ever seen that in some sort of science fiction programme. And it must have been definitely a strange turn of events in the programme. But it was a good, you know, change. But I think nowadays with the whole regeneration thing is that nowadays it's more of I'd say done as like a shocker. Instead of the whole, you know, it's ready to, you know, we're ready to, you know, change, everything's going to be happening. Nowadays, especially in these last few years, Doctor Who's mostly been a sort of, you know, shocker when it comes to regeneration. And I think that's what kind of annoys a lot of people. They just don't want that sort of stuff happening. But I think back then it must have been interesting to see the whole change thing, because we've never seen that in any sort of science fiction. And then we'll get to the in-between of the wilderness years. Between 1989 and 2005, we saw the cancellation of Doctor Who for 16 years. And there were so many plans of sort of stuff happening about trying to get back on. There was a 30th anniversary special back in 1993 called Dimension in Time, which was basically EastEnders Doctor Who crossover. And it's an interesting special for what they did. But there was actually originally, they were going to do a TV film, but it turned out that Tom Baker wanted a bigger part in the film. So because of that and everyone not happy about it, the whole thing was cancelled. The next thing was the TV movie in 1996, which was supposed to basically bring back the show, sort of Americanise it. And unfortunately this failed as well, which was a bit of a shame, because it's actually quite a good film. I watched it literally today, 7 years ago. So it's you know, it's quite a good film. Kind of corny after like 21 years, but it's still a good film. And then there was an animated special for the 40th anniversary, which was supposed to reboot the series, which did something good, but unfortunately, overall, it didn't really get the buzz out there. Overall, when the BBC announced that they were bringing back Doctor Who in 2005, and then the whole thing, rest is history. But they definitely did something interesting with that animated special back in 2003, because it's an interesting story, but obviously it's animated, but it's pretty good. And then from then, you know, we've just gone for the whole years and stuff. In 2015, we reached the 10th anniversary of New Who, which is insane. And almost in a few weeks, we are coming up to the 54th anniversary of Doctor Who. And so much has changed in that whole time. Even though it got cancelled, you know, back in 1989, it definitely got, you know, its fan base hyped when Doctor Who came back on in 2005 properly. And it's just interesting to see how the whole thing has gone overall. You know, we've got the Christmas special coming up very, very soon. And then we've got Series 11 airing next year in 2018. And I am looking forward to seeing that. Will we see some sort of 55th anniversary special next year? I don't know. That could be another topic I might talk about in the future. And yeah, and that's where we get to so far, the 12th Doctor. And the 13th coming up very, very soon with the first female Doctor. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit long, but I enjoyed doing it and stuff. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you really, really enjoyed and, you know, learned something new about Doctor Who and stuff. And hope you all have a good weekend. Hope your week's going well. And have a good bonfire night, Guy Fawkes night, whatever. Whether or not you celebrate it or not. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all later, and I'll see you on Tuesday with my review of the Sony PlayStation 3. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!